Well, happy Monday and welcome to Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Oh, I got some news for you today. The first bit of news is if you do not know about the Bishop's Table, this is like a weekly town hall had by Bishop Dennis Lyons. It's called the Bishop's Table at his church down on, 32nd and Larkwood. I think that's Larkwood. But I'm going to tell you, if you don't get there, it starts at 9 o'clock every Friday and it's over at 10. And if you don't come early, you may not get a seat. With breakfast. The police department, LMPD's there, community activists, lawyers, entrepreneurs, ministers, everyday citizens. They come to find out what's going on, or this is a place where they report on different events that are happening or things that have happened in the community and the police response. It's just a gathering, an intentional gathering every week. It's called the Bishop's Table. Bishop Dennis Lyons oversees this, and he has got it going on. I attended last Friday, even though 9 o'clock is not the favorite part of the day for me. I managed to get up and go with my husband, and it was very refreshing. Last Friday, they had the FBI there talking about what it is that they're doing in our community. And if you wanted to question them or you had a complaint to file, you were able to get that information at that time. And there's also a petition going around from Councilman Ja'Cory Arthur in regards to a tenants bill. Something to help the residents in the west and the east. Well, this mostly he does downtown and Smoketown about their living situation, the housing situation. So there is a tenants bill out there that needs a petition that needs to be signed by the community. But today, okay, it's politics season. We're getting our hands ready. You know, I'm political. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. You know, and I love to be supportive of those that deserve being supported. You know, I ran for office once. I guess politics wasn't my forte, is probably as far as holding office, but I believe in my right to vote, and I believe in my right to introduce to some and present to others. If you don't know by chance, this is Colonel Pam Stevenson. Hi. She is running for the state of Kentucky Attorney General. Welcome, Colonel.
Guess who's coming to dinner?
Yeah, you honey. Colonel Pam's coming.
And I was listening, and I've been to Bishop Lyons' table, and it's 32nd in Vermont.
It's Vermont, okay.
Yeah.
I was saying, is that Lockwood or Vermont?
Every Friday, 9 o'clock.
Girl, it was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
It was wonderful.
People coming together trying to do good for the community without the limelight.
Absolutely. It was quite refreshing. I won't be getting up too many mornings going though, because that just wore me out for the rest of the day. But I did enjoy going and listening to everything that was happening, because everything happened so fast.
He's at 1 hour out.
Yes, and he cut it off at an hour too.
Mhm.
So tell me, what made you decide that this is the office that you really needed to be in, this Attorney General's office?
Well, as you know, I am currently a state rep for District 43.
Right.
And
Right.
this is my second term. And the governor asked me to run to be Attorney General. And
Oh,
I
wow.
prayed about it, thought about it. And then as I started to see how they were actually doing the things they said they would do, taking back rights, doing to the most vulnerable, I thought all of this is going to end up in court. And Kentucky needs a champion.
Right.
Somebody that's going to say, no, this state can work for everyone and
Right.
you can't exclude people.
Right. There you go.
So I said yes.
Yay! Colonel Pam Stevenson. Well, I think it suits you. You know, the fighter in you, the soldier in you, the service person in you. All of that. Attorney General says Pam Stevenson.
I love it. I mean, for me, the office is the people's. It houses the people's lawyer.
Right.
Like this, it has an enormous opportunity to bring the state, the people in the state together and move Kentucky from the bottom of so many lists
Mm.
and show other states how to do it.
Yeah.
And I was blessed enough to do it for the Air Force, a very similar job where I advised law enforcement officials, reviewed investigations, and provided advice to the different agencies on what they could do and not do according to the law.
Mm-hmm.
So now to do it for my home state makes me very proud.
Wow. Well, I'm going to tell you. So you've had your kickoff already?
Yep, January 19th, and we had a blast.
Okay.
We had it at Roots 101.
All right. With Mr. Lamont Collins.
Yeah.
Well, I need to know the next time. I think I found out the day that it was happening, and I was naturally
got a million things going on,
juggling. But I'd like to be able to come out and support you.
Well, on Thursday, we're having a function at the Jockey Club, the Black Jockey on 4th
Black
Street.
Jockey on 4th Street. Okay.
And
what time is that?
That is, I'll find out.
I was going to say, text somebody and get the time so we can tell them before we go off.
Okay.
The Black Jockey Club. You know, I've not been in there yet, and I need to go because my
That's
family.
Your perfect time.
Yeah. You know. So tell me what you see. Tell me a couple of the issues that you know that you want to be in that office to fight for us, that are specific, that are a priority on your list.
There are, I like to break them down like in groups. So the first is fight for people who are vulnerable, the elderly, children,
yes,
animals, people who have addictions, and we don't have mental health facilities or treatment facilities. Those are the people that are vulnerable and they need someone to stand for them. And when I say children, I even mean children in our foster care system.
Yes.
That we know they're being abused. We have some knowledge. And we also know they age out, and we would like for them to age out into a life and not into the world, and make the situation better for children. So people that are vulnerable. Mm-hmm. The second is some reconstruction of some systems. We've had these systems around America for a long time. And we just need to look to see how can we do the prison system better, the justice system better, and make sure that it serves our population. And then thriving families. What do we need to do to make sure that every Kentucky family thrives? Jobs, education, home, healthcare.
Okay.
So it will be like a listening for what people want, and then making sure our laws and our rules and our systems support that.
So you're going to go on a listening tour all over the state.
I think that's very important, because what I want might not be what you want.
Right.
And the only way to find out is to listen and to make sure that people know they're heard.
Right. Right. That's really important, because, when I think about us being able to have a Democratic governor in a red state. You want to go get you some water? You good?
Let me go get some water.
Go get some water.
I'm sorry.
I'll talk. I'll hold it down. Not a problem. Sometimes this is a dinner conversation, as if we were or could be in the same space with one another. And eventually, guess who's coming to dinner will be that. I plan to be able to have one screen with two people on it over dinner, discussing the issues in the world or our city, and trying to come up with some solutions to make things better for us. The show really, to me, is an infotainment show. I want to give you some information. I want you to be entertained to a degree, but I want you to be knowledgeable about your community and who's doing what in it. You got me? So you're doing a little better? Is that better?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Thank you.
So so now, does that mean in your running that you have to give up your seat?
Both elections are in 2 different years. And when it's in 2 different years, you don't have to give up your seat.
Yes.
So I've been in Frankfurt all January, February, March. We go back.
Okay.
And I'll complete this term. And then the election is this year in November 2023.
Oh, your election is this year.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
No, it's not 2024.
No, it's this year. We keep telling people that, because Kentucky has elections for the statewide offices in the off year.
In the off year, okay.
And people are already racing ahead to 2024.
Okay.
But we got this year. We got to get us a good AG in order to make sure that everything that we want for Kentucky is reflected in our statutes and our laws, and that people are engaged.
Absolutely. So you've got a good support team behind you?
Yes. I have it's a small but mighty support team right now. We're in I wish it wouldn't cost a lot of money, but it does. Like, I have to raise at least $2 million because they're going to be pouring in money. And until we get money out of politics, that's just the game we're playing.
Right.
So me and my team were raising money, and we are doing sort of a listening tour. We go to different places to find out what matters to that county, what matters to that community. So.
Okay. Wow. And you've been endorsed by the governor. So that's a wonderful thing from jump. So
we got a lot of endorsements rolling in from different people, and the legislators, the senators, some everyday folk that I've been working with for the last 3 years, which really, even for my little kids, I get messages from little kids. I call them little kids, but they're teenagers.
Okay.
That say they want to help on the campaign and they want me to win. So they're paying attention.
Okay. That's wonderful. So how can the community, speaking of that, how can your constituents in the community help you? I mean, how do they sign up to be volunteers? other things that they can do to be a part of your campaign. Just give us everything they need to know and how to be a part of what you're trying to make happen.
Well, I like to describe it this way. We are in perilous times. And what I mean by that is the Republicans have told us every right they're going to take away. And they proceeded down that list, starting with Roe versus Wade. Now, this week, they just passed a bunch of legislation against trans children.
Right.
And they continue to march across this nation to march down that list. It's almost like when you go to an elevator door and it's about to close, the natural instinct is to put your arm out to keep the door open.
Right.
We must put our arm out, our whole body out to save democracy.
Right.
It's as simple as that. If we wait any longer, if we think that it couldn't happen in America, that's precisely why it can happen, because we are America.
Right.
So we've got to do more than we ever thought was possible to save the life that we've become accustomed to. We want our great-great-grandkids to have it. Now, my website is Pam for AG, PAM for AG.com.
Is it the word for or the number
the word for? The Pam for AG.com. On there, you'll find my platform. You'll find everything you need to participate. And I would say everybody can do something.
Okay.
You don't have to do what somebody else does. Do what you do best. If what you do is talk on the phone, we'll let you do that. If what you do is not, we'll let you do that. If what you do, in whatever you do, we want it to enrich your life and fit with your life.
Is that it?
That's it.
PamForAG.com.
That's it.
All right now.
And that's where you can get in contact with me. We got a summer coming up. And if not for me, be engaged with somebody's campaign. Be engaged so that we can keep the freedoms that we fought for in the military. It's like I told the General Assembly last week. I didn't fight in the military for 27 years just so certain people could be free. This freedom extends to all people.
Right.
And it's up to all people to make sure we keep it. So engagement, not just voting during election years, not just voting, but year-round engagement. Everyone can do something to make sure this government stays for the people, by the people, to serve the people.
All right. I hear you talking now. So we're going to be at the Black Jockey Club on
at 6 o'clock.
4th Street. 6 o'clock. Ha ha!
And it's 630 South 4th Street.
630 South 4th on this Thursday. That's March 23rd.
Yes.
6:30 Black Jockey Club with Colonel Pam Stevenson running for Kentucky Attorney General.
Yes.
I think this is beautiful because you've stepped into your calling, haven't you?
I really thought and prayed about this long and hard. And I think that this is an opportunity. It is for us to show up and show out, to begin to design this world to be the way that we want it to be, that includes us and works for all people.
Right.
So it is an opportunity to show young people, and I'm talking about 2, 3, 4-year-old kids, that it can be done and you're a part of this. When they see people like them and they see people that are not like them, they're like, oh, it becomes normal.
Mm-hmm.
And it becomes obtainable. Mm-hmm. So I am happy to do the work to make sure that Kentucky families get what they need. People with 2 or 3 jobs, children that need to go places,
right?
Worried about education and healthcare
and gun violence.
Yeah.
At school.
The Kroger's Art School.
Doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah.
It's
a we problem that we must solve.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And we do it by being engaged.
Well, we all need to really we need a come to Jesus meeting for real. As a community, we do it in little sections, one at a time, but as a collective, I think we're not as together as we should be in this little big city of ours.
We need to be united. We'll get so much done, everything done, all that we
Right.
want done, the impossible done together.
Right. Right.
That's the only thing that's missing. There's some incredible talent in this city.
Absolutely.
Incredible people. I've met hundreds of people, and what people are doing in this city is mind-boggling.
Right.
They put their heart in it, and it's mostly for other people. So
I went to a what?
If we can just unite and move in a similar direction, Kentucky will be the best.
We have a mindset that kind of holds us back from doing that. And being born and raised here, I can talk about us. That we're very cliquish, and the situation seems to divide us. Because we've got a whole lot of chiefs and not a lot of Indians. My husband said that's Native Americans. No, I'm talking about cowboys and Indians, chiefs and people that lead and people that follow. Everybody can't lead. And to be a good leader, you must have at one time or another knew how to follow. So I mean, because I believe Dr. King, while he was leading, before he started to lead, he had to follow, he was following in his father's footsteps. Okay. So in order for us as a community, the city is still segregated, but us as the African American community is still a little fragmented because we're not as close knit as we need to be. We don't speak with one voice, not saying we have to be monolithic, but we need to come together on issues of support. And what you're talking about, how we make it better, like you said, together.
Yeah.
And that's what I see you're fighting for.
That's exactly what I'm fighting for. I believe this state can work for everybody. I believe it because God said it. This world can work for everyone.
Yes, absolutely. So is there anything that you want to say to the audience to let them know something about Pam Stevenson, maybe that they don't know, that you would want them to know? Because a lot of times when now you're going to get sound bites. You're going to get a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But this is the time, to me, for you to let the community kind of pull back the onion and talk to Pam before Pam becomes Attorney General. Because in my summation, that's what you will be, because you are a winner.
Thank you. And thank you for having me on the show. I love to quilt.
Really?
I do. And every year I enter quilts into the Kentucky State Fair.
Okay.
It's an art form that relaxes me.
Oh, okay.
So I do a lot of that. Well, haven't been doing so much lately, but that's what I do for fun.
But you seem that, you took on the role of representative that me thinking I'm going everywhere that I needed to be, that you were always there. You were always there in support of. You were there when they opened up the West villages at Jefferson.
Yeah.
The things in the community that need support from our officials. That we need. Not just when we come together like that. It should be like, we should want to meet like this on a regular.
Yes.
And everybody should want to come to these meetings, because that's where, if we come all together, then we're larger in numbers.
Yeah. And it's bonding. When we go to those events and we enjoy each other's companies, no matter how long it is, like at Elder Serve, we had a great time 2 Fridays ago.
Right. That had to be beautiful. I know they were very excited about that opening.
It was. And to see our elders so happy to have a place to be.
Right. Because that was big. That was, and that happened kind of mostly because of COVID, but some other things naturally kicked in. But I'm glad to see that they brought that back. That
So
was
we have a beautiful community, and it can be better, and we can do some work, but it's also the opportunity to enjoy it. Enjoy what we have while we do the work.
Okay. So if anybody's interested in volunteering for Colonel Pam Stevenson and working on her campaign, you can see at the bottom of the screen. That's her website, Pam4AG, AttorneyGeneral.com. Pam4AG.com. So you can go on there and find out all about her platform, what she believes in, what she's fighting for, what she's campaigning for, what she wants to fix, what she wants to undo, and how she wants to serve Kentucky. And not just Louisville, Kentucky.
Kentucky. And that word, service, that's exactly right. That's been my whole life, serving others.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I want to do.
You're walking, in your purpose. Absolutely walking in your purpose. Well, Colonel Pam, I want to thank you for being my guest today.
I appreciate it.
And if you need to come back on, if there's something special that you're going to do as a part of your campaign and you want to let the audience know, please don't hesitate.
Absolutely. Because there'll be some things coming up and I'll let you know.
Okay. And I want to know about I need to send you some information where you've got my email now so that I can be on your mailing list.
Okay. I will do that.
Okay. Have a blessed evening. Have a fantastic evening, darling.
A fantastic evening.
It's dinner time. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Thank you.
I'll see you soon. I'll see you Thursday.
Thursday.
I'll come to the Black Jockey Club.
Bye-bye.
Right, have a good evening. Bye-bye. All right, that's Colonel Pam Stevenson. This Thursday, I think she said 6:30, Black Jockey Club up on 4th, 630 South 4th Street. Come meet her. Come talk to her. Feel her presence. Feel her energy. Feel her sincerity. Because she's a Kentucky woman. And Kentucky women, we got something that nobody else has. We so tough. They wrote a song about us. Kentucky woman. I don't know all the words, but I know it goes a little bit like that. So on that note, it's dinner time. We're leaving a little early today, but that's okay. Because sometimes it doesn't take a long time to say what you want to say. And my guest, she was here for a specific purpose, and she's got some things she needs to do. I wasn't trying to hold her forever. But if you want to talk to her, ask her some questions, meet her up at the Black Jockey Club on 4th Street, right in front of the Palace on this Thursday at 6:30. This will run again when it runs again. So don't be looking for next Thursday because it will have already passed. On that note, I'm going to say bon appetit. Have a fantastic evening. I'll see you on Monday. On Monday, we'll have Miss Yvonne Coleman from the Louisville Defender. And I didn't say this, I let my guest go, but Colonel Stevenson was one of my choices for Women's Her Story Month. So I've had 3. I've had Miss Ebony O'Ray. I've had Miss Arnita Gatson. Today we had Colonel Pam Stevenson running for Attorney General. And next Monday we'll have Miss Yvonne Coleman, the Executive Director at the Louisville Defender. So, bon appetit. Au revoir. À tout à l'heure. Until the next time. Ciao.